In July 2020, when the entire world was under lockdown due to COVID 19, with support from ICROM and Swedish Postcode Foundation, members of RRI and CRRP set out to develop cases around the state of Assam. These cases were intended to serve as an inspiration and motivation to everyone to become more risk savvy by illustrating that the tendency to manage disaster risk is inherent within us.
Many a times, we rely on others to figure out our problems, our vulnerabilities, and we let others address such issues, assuming that these solutions require technical and scientific expertise. But in this journey of ours, we figured out that communities who have been facing extreme events for a long time have their own unique and curious ways of managing their risks. They are perhaps more risk savvy than we are. They understand their risks more than we understand ours. And this understanding of risks, this huge pool of knowledge about risks and about how to manage them, has been flowing from one generation to the other, transitioning over a period of time, and has become the collective cultural consciousness of a community.
This is exactly what we had set out to explore. The tendency to manage disasters are embedded in our cultural consciousness. We did not just want to prove it, but we want to use it to inspire people and engage them more and more into disaster risk management at their own levels.
I think that somehow the whole idea of looking at disaster management has changed, because I realized that DM is not just about assistance or relief or healing, but it's much bigger than that. It is also about how one deals with the impact of disaster and copes up with the ever-changing dynamics of a disaster situation.
Honestly, before this project happened, disaster management for me was something restricted to prediction of disaster, evacuation, and later on helping in recovery.
Now I have understood that disaster management is not only about sending relief, but to respond to our surrounding, understanding the vulnerabilities and risk, and then to provide any sort of help. Even the communities have developed their own ways of handling various disasters.
Being an architect, DRR was very new to me. For me, DRR was the instant relief that was given to the affected by the government or the organizations.
But after taking up this project, DRM to me is like management of resources as well as responsibilities by a particular individual or a person, so that we can together lessen the impact of disasters.
Now that I've linked with this project, I get the bigger picture. Like, disaster is not only earthquake or just floods, it's more about how people are tackling it.
Project actually helped me to understand disaster in general, and then it also helped me to explore the ways of dealing with it beyond the conventional relief measures.
So after this project, what I learned or understood is that if we take a comprehensive approach towards a disaster and we prepare well for it, if we organize ourselves to reduce the impacts, and if we recover well from it so that in future we are prepared for such disasters, then we can call it a disaster management approach.
In architectural studies, we have dealt with how people interact with built environment. But in this particular project, we could actually explore how communities come together, how the conscience and consciousness of a community through generations is evolved.
Cultural heritage is not confined to only material objects that we can see and touch. It consists of immaterial elements also, like traditions and oral history about different types of rituals, for example.
Earlier, I had a little bit understanding of tangible and intangible elements. But during this project, I could really grasp it in a true sense. For example, communities are backbone of any culture.
Culture is the expression of ideas, customs, and beliefs. It is the way a community expresses themselves through their practices, through their value system, and even through their objects.
Understandably, then, cultural heritage is also in continuous making and transmission from one generation to another within a community.
It might be a very small thing like a small ritual or a very huge thing like a big festival which has been inherited in the whole society.
Earlier, as an architecture student, the term cultural heritage would remind me of artifacts like paintings, mosaics, sculptures, as well as archaeological sites. But now the concept of cultural heritage seems much wider than that. Now, I feel that cultural heritage is a way to catalogue how the things of past flow into what they've become today. It is so much more than just a set of cultural objects or traditions from the past.
But as an architect, I was more aware about the tangible aspects of cultural heritage rather than the intangible ones. So this project gave me a deeper understanding on how intangible aspects of cultural heritage can help in DRM.
The first thing that was new to me is to discuss and express disaster risk management to the professional and interns who are not from this field. I guess I was under some sort of pressure on how we can simplify it to make them understand. The other thing that was new was bringing out DRR through a very simplified manner, but making sure it's a resource that can be used by all, locals, professionals, as well as readers.
Disaster risk management is a multi-sectoral field. Although in my minimal years of experience, I have come across people with the same understanding of disaster risk management. The learning was to listen and understand different perspectives of risk management in different contexts.
It comes out as a proud admission that this project has been more about unlearning than learning. For most of us, communities at the grassroots level are only vulnerable and unaware of the risks that surround them. But the truth is that they already are aware of the perils, their capacities, their strengths, and have been dealing with different sorts of challenges. All they require is more recognition and support for their efforts, and in turn, we get to learn a lot from them. If we can have mutual knowledge sharing with an open-minded attitude, disaster management can be made to be truly inclusive and proactive. One significant realization during this project was that disaster management in general is already present in our lives in various forms and disciplines. The need is to only identify it and strengthen it in order to make our community safer in a self-dependent and more sustained manner.
We need to learn a lot from the community, and for achieving sustainable development goals, we need to execute our researches and publications on the ground level to see that everybody is benefited and not only a particular section of people.
The deciphering of traditional knowledge in order to derive a learning which can have a scope of implementation in the modern problems or in our modern day life, I think was a really interesting realization.
In these modern times where we are looking for solutions by inventing new technologies, we can simply look back and adopt these simple yet effective ways, tried, tested and approved over such a long period of time by so many generations.
I basically have realized the importance of perspective. The way we see, the way we understand and perceive things, a little bit of change in those is required. Communities with disasters, even they have their own ways of sustaining. Understanding it and recognizing it is my basic takeaway from this particular project.
But from this project, I have got to know that there are some individuals and their stories are very inspiring, and how they have managed to deal with this kind of disasters on their own without any external support. And these kind of stories need some limelight, and these are very inspiring.
One thing I realized during this project is we should be more responsible, maybe help in an individual level or help a community through our whatever capacity we have.
project, the kind of theoretical structure that was developed and also the case examples that we have studied, I think together is going to be a really important part of the professional knowledge domain that I will have to share. And moreover, I think the interdisciplinary and the multidisciplinary understanding methodology that was taken for the project, I think it is going to be really useful, and I think I can use it from now on very, very effectively.
So after this project, cultural heritage has been everyday part of our discussion.
This project helped me connect and know more about community resilience, which will later help me in designing for the community based on these indigenous practices.
I am not from a profession of disaster risk management, but still in this time, the project had influenced us that we will be taking actions. It's time now that we should do it.
Being an architect, we create something for the future. While creating something for the future, if we keep on mind the disaster risk management things, then I think we can solve some problems for the future.
As a young professional in the field of DRM and aiming to pursue a career in the academia, I will do my bit by attempting to bringing to light and exploring further these intricate correlations that cultural heritage and disaster risk management share with each other.
I can use this information as a guiding tool to spread the knowledge to my family and to the community, to spread more awareness about this topic, so that risk reduction does not remain a utopian dream. In this fast-paced world, everyone is busy thinking about their future and future prospects, and no one really has time to pause and introspect into the past. We need to look back in order to move forward. We need to traditionalize modernization. We need to grow a tree with traditional values but with modern shoot.